Hey, did you know that food is neither good or bad? And I'm only bringing this up because this took a really long time for me to understand, even as a nutritionist. And so before I get started, I want to say hi. I'm Kristen. I'm a weight loss expert and I help women who have yo-yo dieted for decades find peace with food and reach their weight loss goals. So just to make sure you're in the right place before I get started. And I have something exciting coming up that I'll share with you in a few minutes. But first, I'm curious if you ever thought about food like I did. And I know it's common. I know I'm not alone in this, but I had always seen certain foods as good, like broccoli, right? Even though I didn't always think it tasted very good. Or foods like spinach, right? And then on the other hand, I saw other foods as bad, like really bad, like pizza or even bread or anything with cheese or brownies or fun. Anything fun was all bad, right? Have you ever felt like this too? And so here's the thing, you want to be able to have a healthy relationship with food, which if we look at that thought process above, we have turned healthy relationship with food to mean eating good food and avoiding bad food, right? So this is what we are being taught, what we have tried to do in the past, and what we continue to try to do today because we think this restriction to avoid the bad, to eat the good, is the ticket to lasting weight loss. You know that drill, right? You avoid all the food you've been taught are bad, and it goes well for a few days. You're just like, I'm strictly eating good food. So the weekend comes and suddenly it's like, okay, now it's free time. Time to get all the bad food in before the weekend is over because you can just simply start again Monday, right? Have you had this thought process go through your head? Because I know I have so many times. This might feel fun in the moment, of course, although you and I both know this is keeping you further than you'd like to be from your goal, right? The eating well all week and then the weekend is just this free time. And so can I give you my honest opinion? Okay. Well, here we go. I think there are times that foods can be bad and times when foods can be good. So stick with me with this, although it has nothing to do with the ingredient list. Still here? So food is neutral, okay? It's just food. And here's where we've actually been steered wrong. It's not the food that is good or bad, okay? It's your thoughts about food, on the other hand, that are not neutral at all. We've been taught to think about food as anything but neutral, right? So we say things like, I can't help but overeat baking when it's near me. I have no control around food. I'm being good today, meaning I am going to have a salad. I was so bad yesterday, I had dessert twice. I can't stay on track because the chocolate in the house is staring at me every time I open that cupboard door. I want you to understand that food does not have the power that you think it has or that you may have given it. It is a neutral substance. Our thoughts about the food cause us to feel good or bad when we eat them, and this is what we are taking on to our own personal identities. I am good when I eat blank. I am bad when I eat blank, right? I believe there are times when broccoli can actually be part of a nourishing diet, of course, and on the other hand, it can also cause more bad than good, depending on your digestive system, right? It can actually cause some harm depending on who you are. I also think wine, for instance, can have moments for being enjoyable with a meal. And of course, wine can also be used as a coping mechanism for having a rough day, which isn't actually solving the rough day. It's simply masking the feelings that you have about the day you had. Okay, neither broccoli or wine are good and neither are bad. The why behind your eating and drinking them is what you have to consider. Of course, you may physically feel healthier and more energetic eating certain things and physically unwell eating other things, although it really is unfair to label anything as good or bad, as this list of food can be very different from person to person. Because personally, I can't even eat garlic. Okay, which most healthy eating plans or websites will say, eat that in large quantities because it's antibacterial, it's amazing health benefits. We all have different bodies. So to recap here, food can't be good or bad. It is simply how you think about food that will change everything for you. Okay? If you want a healthy relationship with food, it is crucial that you take the steps necessary to change the way you think about food so you don't have to live your life labeling food, which has caused you to label yourself as being good or bad for eating it. Now, for the something special that I have coming up, well, it's directly related with this. So if you can relate with labeling food and therefore labeling yourself, and you want to stop that and learn how to actually stop doing that and lose 6 pounds in the next month using simple principles that don't include massive restriction, then I want to let you know that you need to make sure to get your name down for my upcoming masterclass by heading to KristenFriesen.com or just grabbing the link that I'm going to put below this video. Okay, so the class is called -6 and 30, How to Master Weight Loss Without Forced Frustration or Foregoing Chocolate, right? Because a lot of times we say no chocolate and the panic signal goes up and that's bad food and we're just going to leave that all behind. This class is coming up and I wouldn't want you to miss it, so make sure you register because weight loss doesn't have to feel bad and lonely or difficult or even restricting. I want to show you exactly how that can all be done. I can't wait to see you in class. I have so much to teach you. Make sure you head there to KristenFriesen.com and register today. All right, I'll see you next time.